What's up, everyone? Daddy Robux here, and today we are continuing our playthrough of the Call of Cthulhu series run by our keeper, Tarantagash. Since he is in charge for this series, I'm going to pass it over to him to give us a recap.
Hello, everyone.
Hi,
Just a quick recap here. We've got our group of adventurers here, or investigators, as proper terminology. And they're on a mission. They're on a mission to search out across all of Europe to find their MacGuffin, the different pieces of the set of cars simulacrum. They recently found a piece in Paris, and they're now making their way along the Orient Express down to Lucerne to try and get more information about the simulacrum. Last session, they went to sleep on the Orient Express and woke up on a dreaming train, more extravagant than anyone had ever seen, and really just got to know the people on board that train. There's a car for cats, a car for people, and really just got to know what was going on there. And after a short while, they woke up back on the Orient Express the following day. They all took rolls, and they all remembered what happened that night. Except for Carl. Carl, he showed up in the Dreamland, and some sort of bump or disturbance happened to him while on board the Orient Express, and he woke up out of the dream state, so he didn't get to experience the adventure that the other passengers got to experience last time. Yeah, many friendships were made with the cats on board, and that's where they left off. You are on the train to Lucerne. It is morning. You have all woken up from your night's adventures. Fred, you check where your gun was. You know how on the train it turns into a sword. And when you look at that area again, expecting to find your gun there, you find a long sword. So your gun is lost. You now have a long sword and whatever other weapons you didn't have on you at the time you got transported to the Dreamland Express.
I did have two guns on me, so
you have two long swords.
If
I check my steamer trunk or whatever, do I still have any of my guns in there?
Oh, the guns that were in your trunks and whatnot are still guns here. They didn't get transported to the Dreamland. It's just anything that was on your person when you were sleeping. Yes.
That makes sense. That makes sense to me, bro.
Yeah. Cool. Carl, go ahead and give me an intelligence roll. We'll see if you remember being briefly in the Dreamland before getting kicked back out.
Certainly. That can be arranged. Pure intelligence?
Pure intelligence.
Okay,
good. Extreme success. You remember being there. You remember navigating the cobblestones up to the train station, and all the cats in there. You're able to navigate and not step on any of the cats, unlike Mr. Moore and John Everyman, who both stepped on cats. You were able to get on the train, but for some reason there was some sort of disturbance on the Orient Express. Like you rolled out of your bed and you're awake, and you remember being there, but you toss and turn for the rest of the night, unable to get a deep enough sleep where you teleport back to the Dreamland. So you wake up. It's now breakfast. What would you guys like to do? You have about you won't get to Lucerne until tomorrow morning.
So when he disappeared from waking up, did we see him disappear?
Yeah, you knew he wasn't with you on the Dreamland Express. But I mean, other than that, you were getting involved with those Savannah cats, and there was a black cat that really seemed to glom onto Fred, and you met some people on board, and you basically had the day on the Orient. You feel fully rested from, even though you were technically awake on the Dreamland Express.
When I burp, does it taste like elephant?
Uh,
Do I get like the aftertaste of an elephant?
No, I'm afraid not.
Okay.
You burp, it'll taste like, I don't know what you expect it to taste like.
Dragon.
An elephant that I ate.
you did not the elephant you had for your banquet
You've
meal.
got early morning yuck mouth. I mean, that's
Does it's just nasty mouth taste from
Twas
sleeping.
but a dream.
I go brush my teeth.
Okay. All right. So you guys, you have the day on the Orient Express as you make your way to Lucerne. Again, like I said, you have you will not arrive in Lucerne until tomorrow. So what would you like to do?
Well, I for one would like to see if maybe there's an infirmary. Have my pulse and temperature taken. I seem to be have suffered some shared delusion with the rest of my past compatriots, and I am quite certain that I might be ill. Although I don't detect a fever, and I don't remember ingesting anything that would cause such a... Anywho.
You can do that. In order to take you to,
John, you said shared delusion. That means if you have it, it must be contagious. We've all got it.
I don't know what delusion he's talking about.
Logic.
What is he talking about?
The betentacled train filled with cats and other nonsense that we dreamed.
Oh, not the tentacles. I did like
The
cats.
what?
Huh.
you made that roll.
Strange.
You used 5 luck to get that roll.
Oh, I did use 5 luck. Never mind.
Mr.
Everyone
Moore,
remembers who it was. I remember.
can I show you something real quick?
Me?
No, Mr. Moore, not you, everyman.
Wait,
Everyman.
I'd like to speak more to Mr. Moore. Tell me, what have you done since we've arrived on the train? It's odd that you are the only one that didn't share in this in this psychosis with the rest of us.
Was it really that crazy though?
I mean, a giant betentacled train filled with felines and other just as absurd concoctions. I'd say yes.
I mean, we had a nice meal, had a couple cigars, something to drink, tentacles, I've seen stranger things than tentacles.
Interesting.
Maybe the train was powered by an octopus.
Or it's probably just some form of newfangled art.
Or some sort of giant squid.
On a train? That's preposterous.
Maybe it's like a genetically engineered giant squid train.
Mhm.
What is all these words you keep saying don't make any sense. I think
Genetically engineer. What
yeah,
exactly? Is
what would that mean? I think maybe Brandon is still suffering the effects of some psychotropic medication.
Perhaps, although I highly doubt that the things you experience has been a shared delusion. I believe
Some sort of
there is...
chimera of squid and train.
I believe Chimera needs at the very least, the parts to be both living.
They somehow transmuted a train to a creature, and Chimera did it with a squid.
Chimera.
Fascinating.
Do you mean to say that the two pieces were married together?
Yes, but not in the romantic sense.
Are you sure that you've not been
aberration
exposed to
sense,
some kind of mind-altering substance? You're not making any sense.
Okay,
Surely
well,
you
to be
can't
certain,
believe that this
I can't
actually
be for
happened.
sure whether they're also involved in the romantic sense. Only that they've been joined together.
Fred is gonna go get a morning drink.
Yeah.
I'll go.
No. Yeah, I must insist that we abstain from alcohol. If we have any residual of the chemicals in our body that we've been exposed to, alcohol could exacerbate the effect.
Listen, man, I just need a drink after last night.
No, that's what I'm saying. Nothing happened. It was all in our head.
I think I need a drink after
And
today.
how can you explain you remember that you all remember all your interactions together, like so?
Well, I mean, in the I have read psychological journals where shared delusion and mass delusions have occurred before, and entire groups of people swear that they saw things that simply could not exist in a logical society. That must be the effect here.
I've got it. Maybe dreams are like one continuous time stream thing, and since we all fell asleep at the same time, we all started at the same moment.
That's nonsense babble. No, I believe it is my working theory that none of us were actually asleep. Instead, we were sick. Yes, probably sick from something we ate. And in our fevered delusion, we all remember talking with each other, and as we would talk and share some of the things that we had hallucinated, other peoples would latch onto that delusion and claim to see it as well. And because of our fevered brains going all wonky, it just happened.
Perhaps there is one thing, however. When you're having those kinds of delusions in groups, it's basically impossible for two people to remember the same conversation, having the exact same conversation with the exact same words, if they are separate people having the same delusion in a way. Even though it might be about the same subject, the specific details would be impossible to be that precise. So if either of you can remember a conversation you had with one another and remember the exact words said in the conversation, and if those words match, perhaps it was something more than a delusion.
You guys have this conversation over breakfast, I'm assuming, in the dining car. And
no, I
I'm
will
also not
abstain
not
from
speaking
any
loudly
food.
as well.
Again, I
Also-
think the
also-
last time we ate here, it made us sick.
If this was all just a shared delusion and we weren't asleep, why aren't we tired? At least I'm not.
Well, I don't know about you, but the mental exhaustion of such an ordeal has left me quite tired.
I'm just tired
Maybe
of
I'll go lay
listening
down.
to this. Drink.
all right, if you need to find a doctor, you want to find a doctor to take a look at you, John. You have no problem procuring the visit. So the doctor comes to your compartment. He's on staff. He's like older guy, probably in his mid 60s. He's like, okay, sit down and take off your pants.
Straight to the point.
I assure you, I don't have a hernia. There's no need for me to remove my trousers, sir.
I'm the doctor here.
Have I happened to meet you before? I recall having a similar experience stateside.
I'm afraid not. All right. Pants.
Yes.
Okay, and then he takes out like a lighter, and he gets up really close and puts the lighter maybe about an inch away from your eye.
Whoa, sir!
Forth.
What are you doing?
I'm testing your eyes. And he tests the other one.
I'm feeling much better now.
He's like, oh no! And he puts his hand on your shoulder, put you back down. You said you were sick. Now open up your mouth. He sticks his finger in, kind of looks inside.
What? Are you washing your hands first?
You look okay. Nothing seems wrong with your eyes. You can put your pants back on. You seem fine. Turns away. He turns around and walks
out. Good sir.
You chase him down the hall without pants on?
No. I am a man of logic and reason. I would never.
Look, there's nothing wrong with you. I don't see anything wrong with you. I checked Your eyes, they reacted to the light as should, and you don't have any kind of spots on tonsils or anything like that. You look fine. You're behaving fine. I don't see the problem here. There's nothing wrong with you. Enjoy the
That's-
train. And then he keeps walking.
Oh, okay. I have a sneaky suspicion that man is not actually a doctor. He didn't offer me any cigarettes.
Yeah, Mr. Moore.
While Mr. Everyman is getting examined, is there anything you guys wanted to do on the train today?
Yes, I want to talk to Mr. Moore.
Well, we can do that.
Yeah.
Over a
I-
drink, I'm hoping.
Yes, over a drink. Definitely needed something very stout. Hey, you remember how I had those two things on my holster? I'm very quiet and very, secretive,
So
so that way no one can hear me.
Okay.
Your hunting equipment, yes.
Yeah. You remember how I tried to pull it out in that delusion we had, and it was a sword?
Yeah, I remember you mentioning something about this. Yeah.
Well, Fred will pull out the same sword that he did in his dream.
Wait, you're just walking around the train with the
No,
longsword?
we're. I mean, yeah, I have a big coat. Fred has a giant coat on.
Aren't
So he's-
longswords like 5 feet long?
No.
Listen, sometimes we just gotta carry our longsword with us, you know, just
Yeah.
the basic stuff.
I mean, I got a big coat.
So,
I definitely need a drink.
Yeah, I don't know. I have never had a sword before. My grandfather had one, back whenever he was in the war and stuff. He was gifted it, but I never touched it. This is freaky, man.
Show the media guy that sword. Otherwise, we're never going to hear the end of it.
Oh yeah, I know.
you see a waiter walk by, and he doesn't notice the sword you have laying on there.
Oh God. Okay, I put it back up.
How?
I put it back up.
He was
But I'm
very distracted by a conversation happening on the other side of the cart. Very
nice.
bolsterous conversation about sports.
But yeah, so I don't know what to freaking make of this, but I guess I just needed somebody else to tell. So I guess cheers to insanity, and then he'll hold up his cup.
God, cheers. I think I need to make this up.
I need a cigarette.
Okay. You're welcome to, if you want to try and do any kind of research on what happened to you, you're welcome to try that as well.
Okay, yeah, I guess I'll look up. I don't know what I would look up, like a book or
Do you
something.
think this train has any books on squid trains?
That's oddly specific.
Does this train have info on other trains? Like dream trains?
I mean, you can
Try
try.
time with tentacles, right? Yeah, let's
Maybe
ask
we
the
were in the
researcher.
train.
Carl would probably like to look around the train, see if he can spot anything that would like kind of scream out to him, "Hey, this is probably not really good."
You're looking for danger on the train.
Supernatural, like something that would tell me like maybe connection with the supernatural, like we are, considering all the dream stuff and the ghost trains you're facing.
Sure. I guess just walk around the train and do. Give me a spot hidden check.
Okay.
As you walk around, you walk all the way up to the baggage cart where you can't get in, back through the different thing. You are very thorough as you make your way up and down the train. Like you are like you're seeing stuff like all sorts of like nooks and crannies that are on the train. You wouldn't normally see just for walking around, and you don't really spot anything that's supernatural in nature. You notice how extravagant this vehicle is, and how expensive it must have been to create when it was first built, in the millions of dollars, which is a hefty amount in this time frame.
Indeed.
So, but nothing strikes you as supernatural about the train itself. As you spend your day walking up and down the train, searching for different things, or searching for anything that might seem out of the ordinary. And Brandon, you wanted to do some research on squid trains or trains in turn. You can do some research. There's a small library in the saloon car. So if you want to do like a library use, you could do something like that there.
In which car did you say?
The saloon car.
Okay.
Like, would say back there in the back where I pinged, there's probably a little small library where it has some information. So if you're wanting to do some research about squid car or squid trains or any trains in general, I guess you could find some information out. Oddly enough, Brandon, you would expect something like this to make you have a reaction with your phobia of trains, but you're not having any kind of reaction presently.
Interesting.
Suspicious.
Maybe this isn't really a train.
But yeah, if you guys want to do any research, just give me a library use roll, and we'll see where that goes.
Anyone or just Brandon?
Well, anyone, not you, Carl. Unfortunately, you spent your day searching the train for anything supernatural nature, and that's going to take the majority of your day.
Yeah, you suck,
Oh,
Carl.
Uh,
Where is
I'm bad at libraries.
I mean, I guess I would eventually, after the world's weirdest checkup, I would move to the saloon car and kind of go to linger and see them investigating. Ah, what are you doing?
Okay. You don't really find anything about trains, like squid trains per se, but you do find out about a longtime staff member of the Orient Express. Remember, there's an article about a heroic sacrifice by this man, Henri Peters. He apparently saved a woman and her child from burning to death while aboard the Orient Express when it was stopped at a station. He was able to get them off the train, but he died in the process.
Suspicious.
Additionally, you find out about you find this weird article. It doesn't seem like it has anything to do with the train, but you find this odd article right there. It popped up for everyone, I hope.
Yes.
If anyone would like to read that aloud, they can. Or...
A grisly little myth told in the town is that of the sorcerer and the crone. The sorcerer married late and foolishly. As a reward for his folly, he one day surprised his young wife with her lover. What? Like, he was like, hey, honey, here you go. Here's someone to cheat on me with. Cuck.
No.
This is my mistress.
Enraged, he summoned the dark powers and tore the unhappy pair to pieces. He ripped the hearts from their bodies and burned them to ash, vowing they would have no rest even in death. Their broken bodies were tossed to the dogs. He reckoned without the dead girl's mother, a crone of horrid malevolence, who prayed daily before the church for vengeance. Her cries were heard, although it is doubtful if the answer to her prayer was truly divine. It is whispered the church was built on an older and grimmer foundation, raised by the ancient Romans in worship of their pagan gods. One day he stood before the church, holding aloft a glowing ruby the size of a clenched fist, and of a peculiar shape, as it were fashioned of two lovers' hearts entwined. The sorcerer, seeing the stone, was consumed with desire. He ordered his men to seize it, but the crone hid it in her breast. He had her searched, but the stone was gone, and even under torture she would not reveal its hiding place. She was condemned for witchcraft and burned in the square before the church. Oh, so he can use magic, but she can't? Wow, misogyny. As she was engulfed in flames, the sorcerer yet demanded the stone from her. Consumed by fire, she at last unlocked her lips. Hate is stronger than love, she screeched, and death is stronger than life. Only in your dreams will you find it. She taunted the sorcerer, and with that she died. The sorcerer went mad with lust for that lost stone. In his last days, raving, he locked himself in his tower. Believing he had found the answer to her taunt, he burned himself alive in his own crypt. Some say the pair know no rest, but are seen even now on dark nights, chasing each other amid the storm clouds. The crone yet holds her glowing prize aloft and shrieks with delight at the sorcerer's vain pursuit. Hate is stronger than love, she cries, and death is stronger than life. Surely no merciful providence would allow such horrors to exist.
Thank you.
Oh.
So you find that snippet of information as you do some, that extreme success. Mr. Moore, you don't really find any information about the train itself as well, and you spent some time in the men's saloon on that train, but you didn't really meet anyone. You met Kharkov and you met Mac. You didn't meet Mac. You met Kharkov. He was the man with the cloak.
Yeah.
You find a weird article about a man named Kharkov being mentioned in the newspapers about how he used to sell weapons, or he was selling weapons during the Great War. But it's just a greater article about how the weapons trade became a huge boon for some people, and his name was one of the names listed.
Okay. I will quietly share that information with our friends.
All right.
Perfect.
Anyone else want to do anything while your day is spent? Fred, you've already tried.
I wonder why Providence is capitalized. Surely no merciful Providence would allow such horrors to exist.
Fred, you find a magazine with pretty ladies in it, and you are engrossed with it for the rest of the day.
Don't mind if I go back to my car now.
It's an artistic book of pretty ladies, but I don't know that you know the difference, so it's okay.
Wow.
Terrifying.
Wow. What? I appreciate the human body. It's a beautiful thing.
It's just a biology book.
Yeah.
Biology book.
It's
As
like
you're walking by,
cutaway cartoons.
You spot hidden check so good. You see Fred walking by you with a book, and it looks like a book that shows pictures. It would be like an art book for ancient Roman statues.
I knew Boomer had something in mind with that Michelangelo statue.
Oh my God.
He was onto something.
That's where you gotta look.
So, as the day turns on tonight, you guys have a wonderful time. You do your research, and you're able to have another wonderful meal. You don't have to eat if you don't want to. There's fruit. There's just fruit there. So you if you don't want to eat anything that they cook, if you're worried about being poisoned, there are options there where you don't have to worry about anyone touching the food but yourself.
Cool.
So if that's something you want to do, John, you can do that. You can have your own water too and dip it in there and wash it.
Cook my own food? Kind of.
No, I'm not saying that.
Kind of
Saying
shitty
if you don't want
places.
to eat any of the food they provide you because you may be worried about being poisoned, you can do that.
Look, all I'm saying is the cook needs to wash their hands.
Sure.
We all got sick.
And it's a simple meal. I mean, they can't really do a lot. I mean, it's a beautiful setting, that Orient Express, but with the limited supplies between different stops, it's just a simple chicken meal. It's very elegantly presented. It's got potatoes, chicken, spiced with some garlic and peppers. The dessert-
Mr. Everett, does this make you miss the elephant foot?
A little bit.
And with that, your day is pretty much done with. You can go to your sleep at your leisure. Does everyone happen to bed?
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, and just like the previous night, you go to bed. You have no
No!
problems going to sleep. You fall asleep in a deep sleep, and you all wake up on the Dreamland Express in your compartments. Carl, you wake up in a odd compartment. It is the most extravagant of things you've ever seen. It makes the Orient Express look like a 2-bit train. It's a wood frame with pearl inlay, crown molding along the ceilings. You're in a room with a queen bed that's very fluffy. You're sunk in, maybe about 4 inches into the mattress of it, with these wonderful down pillows and a down blanket covering you. You can see into another room that's adjoined to your current compartment is a bathtub with the old timey bathtubs with the 4 legs, and you can fit a full person in. Very nice sitting position bathtub in there. And at the end of your bed is a sandalwood trunk. And if you look inside, you'll see robes and turbans and other whatnots and other things in there. You all find yourselves in similar positions as you wake up on the Dreamland Express. You have
Did my swords turn back into guns?
no.
Oh, okay.
Did you sleep with your swords again?
I did. I always sleep with my weapons.
Okay, well then you have your swords with you. Your swords are you are armed on the present.
Okay.
Oh, so they didn't turn back into guns.
They
No.
still swords. As you all wake up on Sleeping Cabin 2. You hear a knock at your door. Henri pokes his head in. It's like, sorry to disturb. I'm sorry you are back. We'll be in Zar shortly. That is our next stop. And just be careful of the you'll see when you come out, it's a little gross. There's a diplomatic group, the Zarnath delegation came on at the last stop, and they like to play a game with the beings of Ebe, the little green slimes that looks like Fred was the only one who saw when they were at the last stop. They took one of the beings and they stuck him in the corner. We're trying to get him out now. Just be wary of him when you leave your car.
Very well.
All right.
Oh no. We're sick. It's maybe it's airborne.
A turtle sickness.
I didn't even eat anything.
You guys are all in sleeping cart 2, in your individual compartments.
Yeah, I'll leave my room.
No,
Look
no,
outside.
don't. It's very, very possible that you harm yourself in your stupor.
All right.
You see, we have been through a situation like this before. The difference is that there are people trying to kill us as we're doing this, so I am much more comfortable here than I would like to be. Being completely sincere.
Carl, you notice when you step out, there are 4 rooms off to your left, and then off to your right. It looks like there's 3 additional rooms that are on the train, on this specific cart. So it looks like there's 8 compartments on this train car in sleeping car 6. Does anyone else come outside?
Yes.
Sure. All right, the rest of you come outside, and you notice the car you're in has extended by 4 additional rooms. So originally, when it was just you guys on this specific cart, there was just a room for each one of you on this specific tender. And as from sleeping and coming back, it has extended and doubled in size. So
I
you have
want
another
Let's board the sleep one and see if it's similarly extended or if it's roughly the same size it was.
Yeah, you go back into one, and it looks like it's extended a little bit more to accommodate more people that are on the train. Stop.
Quick question. My revolver, has it turned into a sword as well, or is it still a gun?
Did you sleep with it?
Yes.
Yes.
Not-
You have a
yeah.
long sword, very nice long sword. It's like a ruby at the end of the hilt, and the guards all have an engraving on them.
Mm.
It's quite beautiful, but it is a sword.
Okay. Good to know.
Mm-hmm. Yes, the sleeping compartment one is extended a little bit more. Yes.
Well, I I wish whoever knows how to use a sword to make good use of it, because I have no idea how to use a sword.
That's fair. That's fair. So you guys walked out. You immediately are struck by a smell as you look up into and as you look around, you pinpoint it over on the far end of the cart, near where the entrance to sleeping cart one is this green little creature. Looks like it's been stuck up there, and you can tell by the way it's being stretched and pulled. Some of the invisible servants from the cart or from the train itself are trying to free him from there. So all of you that come out in there, I need you to give me a con check.
Oh my god.
Oof.
Wow.
Man,
That's
9 luck points.
If you want.
You know what? I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna burn the 9 luck to pass that.
So Fred, you failed.
yes.
You, as they're pulling and pulling, they pull, and you just happen to be walking by as the creature gets pulled free, and it lands on you, and it splatters over onto Brandon. Just
Oh, it's disgusting.
covered with this green, and you can feel it moving on you. It tries to, as it moves down your body and off you around. Everyone go ahead and give me a sanity roll, except for Fred. You've already seen these creatures before.
No.
Yeah.
Expert sanity rolls.
Yes.
Okay, so all right, you lose 2 sanity, Brandon. It's nothing major. But yeah, it splatters a little bit on you, and you stink to hell. It's just awful stench.
What is that? Oh.
You would need a bath, like a very very long bath, to make yourselves feel clean once more.
Fred loves baths. He'll go take a bath.
Okay. All right. So you go take a bath. You're in the bathhouse. There's cats, all over the place. That's the peculiar. Carl, is Carl back? Carl on AFK, did he?
No. Do I see Blackjack?
When you go in the bathroom or the
Yeah.
bathroom, yeah, you see Blackjack. He's swimming in the big pool with all of his brothers and sisters.
Oh, okay.
He's just they're playing in the water. The
kitty
Savannah cats are in their own little corner as well. The same place that you were at before, Brandon. If you wanted to go back to them,
Yeah,
there's
sure.
the kind of lounge in there for you. Blackjack sees you and kind of
blood.
he sees you, and then as you get in the bath, he gets close and he kind of sniffs, and he's like, and he goes, and he just runs away because you smell like
You're gross.
the gross. You smell like the gross, and
Yeah, that's
he waits for a while for you to clean yourself.
that's appropriate.
He's spending his time away. Blackjack is.
Oh yeah, definitely. Wait for me out there.
Yeah, the Savannah cats also see you coming, and as you get into the tub itself or into the giant pool itself, they kind of go away from where they were. They were kind of lounging when you approached. They just kind of get up and move to another part and then sit down and continue their lounge, chittery talking. Yes. So as you guys are bathing, you can feel that you feel the train slowing down as it comes to stop in the next station. It looks like you're stopping at Zar. Zar is a park-like city with a scattering of buildings. It looks like there are a bunch of terraces with gleaming roofs and colonnades in Grecan style with temples. As any of you are looking out the windows as you approach. Would anyone like to go out on the?
Yeah.
You're bathing.
Oh, am I? Oh, still? Okay, that's fair.
You are. Yeah. Gross. Anyone
I'm
else?
washing off the scoop.
You're washing up.
Where can we see outside from? Can we see outside from like the men's saloon?
Yes. There are windows all along the
Oh, Mr. Moore will hang out in the men's saloon and drink after seeing weird things and kind of eye outside, but not necessarily go.
Okay. Okay. Anyone else? Everyman?
I would stay with the group. So if
Alright, so
that's where the most of the people are going, then I will join them.
All right, you're in the saloon then with
Yay!
So you guys are drinking in there. You're looking at these vistas out there, and you're in the train station for about 2-3 hours. So if you after you get up to you could probably go outside if you want to after about an hour, of washing, Fred, or you could stay soaking in the baths. It's up to you.
Yeah, I'll go out and look and stuff.
Okay. As you walk outside onto the train track or onto the train station, you see Henri there. He is he's trading his cargo of wools, textiles, and ivories for other strange colored lilies and whatnot. And you see a man kind of walking towards you, towards the train. He looks manic, a little wild looking. He has a tattered ticket clutching in his hands, and he tries to present it to Henri, who's like, I'm sorry, sir, we cannot allow you on this train. You are too wild. And the madman says, but I got my ticket. I gotta get me on the train, please. Let me on the train. I just want on the train. I'm sorry, sir. It's not something we can do at this time. I worry for the safety of the rest of the people on board. And he goes about his business, and this guy's kind of he's looking up wistfully at the train, and kind of sitting on the steps. And then Henri sees you come out, and he's like, well, I would again, much like the last stop, I would recommend not leaving and going into the city. This place is this is where all the dreams of beauty and thoughts of beauty of men they come and are forgotten. So it's
Oh yeah.
created dreams. Anyone who ventures into the city is when you tread in there, you never more return to your native shores. So it's a very dangerous city.
Well, you don't have to worry about me. I'll stick right beside the train. I was just out here stretching my old legs. Say, I have a question real quick. I know last time I was on this train, I noticed that you were speaking a different language to the feline friends around here. What
Yes.
what language is that? If you don't mind me asking, I'm just curious.
Is the language of the cats.
So you just speak kitty cat?
Well, yes, that is part of the deal I have with the Uthar nation. Yeah, we
Okay.
have sort of a deal set up where they can we can communicate with each other, and they have a special place on my train.
Okay. So, how does one just go about casually learning how to speak cat?
You would probably need the blessing of the king from Utar. That's what it took for me to get it.
Okay. Um, does this train swing by that area often?
Utar is where I picked you up at. So
Okay.
we are heading south away from it, so we will arrive there, I don't know, a week and a half, 2 weeks maybe.
Okay, all right. I'll keep that in mind next time we swing by. Uh, if you know, what could do do I need to have an appointment with the king?
Yes, you would need an appointment with the king. It's kind of an odd question. He's the king of the, the city and country area. Um, I don't know how you expect to get a audience with the king, but you can try to find a way to do that, I'm sure.
Well, you're good. You're in good cahoots with the king. Maybe you can help me out here.
I mean, I have schedules to keep. Unfortunately, I can't just leave my train all willy nilly to.
Oh no, that's not what I was
Could.
asking there. I was asking maybe if I send the king a letter and get your condolences and stuff, and like, hey, this guy's pretty swell. I mean, I think I'm a pretty swell guy.
Well, I mean, I maybe that may work. I am not sure. I do not know the temperament of the king. I only know that he granted me this favor uh, as long as I took care of his cats.
Okay. As I like what you do here, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little jealous that you just get to watch cats all day, and of course, take care of the train. But
Yes,
it seems like a really cool job.
yes, I can appreciate that. But it is a lot of work to keep this train moving. So we're about to go. We're about to depart. So let's get on the train.
Yeah.
We'll be on our way. And with that, he kind of checks to make sure everything's all all set. He makes sure you're on the train, and he closes up, and you can feel the train starting to move. As you're walking back from the baggage compartment with Henri, back through the bathhouse, he turns to you and he's like, "We'll be we'll be having lunch here shortly. So if you wish, you can." Um, I mean, sure there'll be cats in the area. Maybe you can get on their good side, and they can say such things to me, and we can find a way to get you to the king. But for now, yes, we will have lunch in an hour. So if you want to tell your friends about that, we can expect to see you in that cot shortly.
Sweet.
So just to be clear,
hmm
you did not say we could not learn cat language.
Correct.
All right. So John would of course dismiss that as delusional nonsense, but me, I'm 100% on board with this idea.
I know. I really want to speak to cats. I want to be a cat
Yeah.
killer.
Okay. So about an hour passes. The train's on its way, and you can hear like the gong alerting when the meal is. And as you all gather in your sleeping cart there, you notice something peculiar. You see that Karakov gentleman that some of you know holding his hand, and it seems to be bandaged with a white cloth that's soaked in blood. And he runs past you into his sleeping cart. Past you, his sleeping cart's sleeping cart 1. He's like, "Oh, I got myself with the lunch. So sorry. No, excuse me. And he squeezes past you to his right.
You cut yourself on your lunch?
Yeah, the knife slipped. It cut my hand. And he's trying to make his way to his compartment.
Does he seem like he's lying?
You can give me a psychology check if you want to check.
Oh boy, I'm great at those. Oh hey.
You are great at those. He looks like he's being evasive. very evasive, like he might be not telling the truth.
Ooh.
Ooh. What really happened, Mister? Because those knives aren't very, very sharp because they have very tender food. They don't
I
need to be that sharp.
I I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean at all. I'm just I hurt my hand in the dining room, and you can hear them, right? You can hear the guns. It's so loud.
No, there is no guns on this train.
He looks back and forth between you, and he just bolts to his room. Yes.
I'm gonna snitch on him.
Okay. So you guys make your way to the banquet hall.
Yeah.
That's the guy who made a fortune on guns, and he thinks his guns are coming to get him.
Okay. You get to the dining room. You see Mac there. He looks like he was sitting there with. He looks like he. Yeah, you see Mac there. You see the old woman there with the Elizabethan dress and the high collar. You see sitting with her is this bohemian kind of girl, very very beautiful. And then you see this group of very handsome men sitting at a table. You see a man with the golden looking skin with the pale eyes, sitting at a table with Mac. Yeah, there's people eating there. There's a table sat there for you guys. The menu for lunch today is prosperity sandwiches. Is one of the options. It's an open-faced sandwich with sautéed mushrooms and shallots on top of bread with cheese sauce and sliced ham and turkey.
That sounds
And
good.
tomatoes, and it's all melted under a broiler with cheese on top of that as well. Or you can have roasted lamb with mint sauce served with Dijon mustard and glazed carrots.
Ah,
That
menu
sounds
isn't quite so strange today.
Dessert is an icebox cake, which is lady fingers on the bottom, and then you have a layer of mousse, and then another layer of lady fingers, then more mousse on top of that, and you top that with whipped cream.
lady
It
finger.
causes the compression of the lady fingers in the middle causes the lady fingers to dissolve and makes it a more pleasing consistency when you eat it.
Lady fingers are like a
What
rolled
was the
cookie.
second lunch option?
Roasted lamb with mint sauce served with Dijon mustard glazed carrots.
Mint?
Roasted lamb with mint sauce, yes.
Gross. I want the ham and cheese sandwich.
It's a sandwich. It's turkey, ham, and cheese.
Yes,
With
that.
mushrooms and shallots. You got it.
I'll
Same.
take the lamb.
The normal stuff, please.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll take a lamb.
I'll take the lamb as well.
All right. Yeah, it's they just have water and juices to drink and different spirits if you want to drink that. No moon wine for the lunch service.
Of course, I'll pair it with a spirit.
This all comes and it's a very pleasing meal. Nothing untowards happens. You can see that there's a bunch of cats in the room, and they all had the lamb. But the kittens that were over in that area are all hopped up on sugar from the mint sauce. So they're now zooming through the kitchen or through the banquet hall. The cats that are on board, and there are plentiful cats, Carl. Just so you know, there's as you can see, that cats compartment at 10. There are bunches of cats on board this train. And in the banquet hall right now, these kittens are just jazzed with energy as they're flying all over the car.
Good to know.
But you guys have a pretty uneventful meal.
Is the knife provided for the lamb very sharp?
No, it seems like it should be good enough to cut like a roll, which there are rolls at the table if you want to. There's enough it can cut the roll, and it's like a bread knife, but with a little bit sharper serrated edge. Not enough to break the skin, you would think, but
How did he cut himself on this knife?
He didn't. I don't think he did. I think he's just lying, Mr. Moore. Where's the train person? God, what is his name?
Trainee McTrain face. Ah,
Trainee
yes.
McTrain face.
The
Yeah, exactly.
conductor, Henri.
Yeah, Henri, thank you.
He's there.
Okay, hey, Mr. Henri, there was that gentleman over there, and he kind of, points without pointing, he points with his eyeballs, and and Fred says, so earlier he was running down the hallway talking about how he cut himself on a knife and for lunch, even though we're having lunch right now. And then he was like talking about guns and stuff. I'd keep a little eye close, or an ear close to that fella. He's a little sus.
Who is it you're speaking of?
The guy that earlier, he was running down the hall.
Yes, I was here. Are you speaking of? And he looks around. Monsieur Kerkhoff, is that who you're speaking of? He's not here right now. I assume that's who you're speaking of.
Yeah, that guy.
Okay, I will keep an eye on him per se, if need be. But people we have accidents, but I guess I will do my best. I'm a
Yeah.
busy person. I will do what I can.
Well, he just seemed like he was lying and stuff, and then he was talking about guns, and there's no guns on this train.
Yeah, there are no weapons that work with the black powder on this train. This is correct.
Yeah, so just thought I'd let you know.
That is much appreciated. I will keep that in mind forward. Um, okay. Anything else you'd like to do? Okay. It is not your day today, Fred. As you're walking back from talking with Henri, the cats again, these kittens are just flying all over the place, and you see these trays are being moved by the invisible servants back to um, the kitchen so they can be cleaned. And there's this orange tabby that jumps up onto this tray that's right next to you, and it's apparently they're holding it underneath and supposed to holding it on the sides, and so the cat flips what's on the tray and it just splatters onto you. Just remnants of it looks like they had the lamb, but they didn't use a lot of their mint sauce. So you have mint sauce just on the side of your face and it's running down, it's soaking into your suit. And the lamb had a little bit of gravy on it, and the gravy is just it's a little spot now on the side of your jacket.
Do
And they
I
also
get
have
a
a moose, and the moose is now they had some icebox cake, and it's the icebox cake. The remnants of that are now in your hair and just kind of sliding over from right to left and down over your left ear and down your.
my mangled ear? Okay.
And Henri's like, "Oh no,
Uh,
Nancy, bad kitty!" And the little kitten is just like freezes and just runs to its mom. Tail between its legs.
it's
Yeah.
okay. Kids are rambunctious. I don't expect the same, or I expect the same
Henri,
out of kittens.
Henri's like, Willem. He looks over to the kitchen and says something in a language you don't understand, and and you see the door to the kitchen open.
Wait,
and
what
then
language is it?
You wouldn't recognize it. It's the language of the cats, probably.
Oh.
You would assume. You see the exits of the banquet hall open and they close as if something is going through that is unseen. I've sent some servants to your quarters. They are going to draw a bath for you there. And if you need once you've disrobed, they will take your clothing for you to get it cleaned for you. So once you get out of your bath, you will be they will be ready for you. Well, they probably won't be ready for you yet. But there are robes in the sandalwood chest there in your room.
Well, I sure appreciate that. Don't take don't be too hard on the little sprout.
These
He
people,
d-
they are handful of time. I wait for the day when they are a little bit older and a lot less rambunctious. You understand?
oh yeah, I had a couple kittens growing up back at home, and so I understand.
Okay.
Did you say kids or kittens?
Kittens.
Okay.
Sorry.
So, Fred, are you gonna go back to your apartment?
But yeah, I guess I'm gonna go take another bath. That's just Fred's,
You go to your
favorite
apartment,
thing.
when you're in the compartment, there's a steaming bath there. Do you disrobe?
Um, yeah, and I'm gonna make sure I do it discreetly, and then I'm gonna put my clothes, um, on a chair beside the door, and then those two swords that I have, I'm gonna make sure to put it in the sandalwood box, like underneath, like I guess some of the clothes that they provide.
Okay. As you go to open the sandalwood box, I need you to make a sanity roll.
What did you do?
What did you do? Okay.
Wow.
See, you do lose one. Well, you've seen grotesque things before. You've seen dead bodies before. So this is a small chest. I mean, it's maybe 2 feet by 4 feet by 2 feet deep. You're a police officer, so this wouldn't disturb you as much as losing sanity. But you open the box and you see a small black body,
Oh, you wouldn't.
and you can see a pool of from your investigative techniques that it's there's definitely blood in there, but it's not enough for the body. But there's a small black body in there, and it looks like it's got 3 incisions in there if it were stabbed 3 times.
Fred screams.
Okay.
Oh,
You killed the
wait,
kitty
I'm
cat.
sitting there. Like, wait, it's Blackjack.
It appears to be the blackjack cat that you know.
Fred bundles him up and runs out the door. Henry, where are you?
Okay. You guys are just now starting to leave the banquet hall, and you see Fred bursting in the door.
Fred, what have you done?
I haven't done shit, everyman. I'm sorry, language.
What did you do to that cat?
I didn't do anything. He was in my freaking.
Yeah, you just found it like that, huh?
Yes,
That's
I
not-
did.
that's
I did
not
just
very
find it. I
logical.
wouldn't. Oh my god, everyman. I
Henry,
don't need your.
Henry sees you with alarm. He's like, "Oh no, that's not." And he pulls the bundle away. Poor blackjack. And he kind of
Fred
sets
is in
it on the
tears.
table. He kind of sets it on the table, and he's just like, "Oh, this is very bad. This is quite bad." And you can see that it looks like all of you are standing over the table. You see the body of Blackjack. 4 or 5 cats, larger cats, like one of the Savannahs, his mom, and like 2 other cats are on the table looking at him right now as they just hop up, tails up, whipping around, and other larger cats are now roaming through this banquet hall. They're all quite agitated.
Guys?
It looks like so you have the body in front of you. It looks like 3. It looks like you were stabbed 3 times by some sort of sharp object.
Like a long
Yeah,
sword? Are they approximately long sword sized stabs?
You can give me a medicine roll or a first aid roll if you'd like.
All right. Well, hold on. Where's first aid? Survival? Nope.
Also examine these.
Yeah. Oh shit.
It's a middle column, second grouping.
Yeah, I'm gonna burn 3 more luck. Why not?
Sure. You don't need that luck.
Yeah, what's it for, right?
What's it for? But to spend it.
All right, I pass.
You passed. Okay. First aid.
What do we find as we examine these stab wounds?
Yeah,
As you examine these stab wounds,
I didn't see David pass. Damn it.
the extreme success
Can
that it doesn't look like they're stab wounds so much as a claw mark. It looks like something clawed at it. 3 long, sharp claws.
this is where you also tell us that Blackjack's not dead and we can save him?
Oh no, he is quite dead. He's cold to the touch.
No, John, David's gonna stay quiet and let John make his diagnosis since it was his idea first.
So, guys, we need a 300 GP diamond and some spellcaster.
Wrong system. But...
Fred, yeah, like I said, Fred is just, he's in tears. And he's like, Henri, I don't know, man.
We have a very serious problem here. I was speaking with you about it earlier with my deal with the Uthor King. I have to make sure no harm comes of any cats on board my train. If he finds out about this and we don't solve this before we get back to Uthar, I won't be able to stop there. I'll never be able to stop there again. We need to figure out who did this.
Thor's gonna whisper to Omri and ask what kind of creature has claws about that size.
Claws like that? I'm not sure. There's so many in this realm. I don't know. I'm sorry.
So it's as in the DM, it's three stab wounds, and we have determined that they are like claws, right?
Yeah, it looks like it looks like 3 stab marks, like in a row next to each other. But when you examined it with a extreme success from the first aid check, it's actually a claw with three
like
talons,
a 3-fingered
right
claw
through the body, and done the damage that it did to kill.
Perhaps a cat side has happened here.
The cats have 5 claws and they attack with their back paws. It would be unlikely that a cat would kill another cat on board this train. This is the work of some other creature that is not a feline. The felines don't have. Their attacks are usually towards the face and neck, not towards the body.
Fred, where did you find the body?
I found him in the nice sandalwood box at the end of my bed.
I immediately started going towards Fred's room.
to the sleeping quarters.
Could claw this and manipulate these boxes?
I'm sorry?
What could both use these claws and manipulate a lockbox?
I'm not sure. Like I said, there's many creatures that exist in this realm. I am not certain. We can search the train if you wish. But yes, let's look at the scene of the where you found the body first. Let's see if we find anything of value there.
Yes, let's.
Also, there's also the question of why Fred's room. Was either trying to send us a message or I'm trying to incriminate Fred, although the latter might be less likely to be the case.
We all know Mr. Crumb quite liked Blackjack, so we're not sure if maybe it was put there because of that. Were they sending Blackjack a message or trying to send both of them a message?
Brandon, this is actually you did have some sort of affinity towards the cats and Blackjack. So I'm gonna need a sanity roll to see if your train phobia kicks.
Dun dun dun.
Oh my god.
No, not Brandon.
Is he there?
I need a sanity roll.
Oh.
Yeah, I need a sanity roll from you. Your phobia of trains kicked. Oh, that's bad.
Oh no, not the trains.
Seeing the body of this cat, this beloved little kitten, and you having gotten to know some of the cats on the board, you don't really react well to that. You kind of just trance out as you slowly just pace to a place of comfort. And the most place of comfort you know of is the bathhouse. So you go to the bathhouse and you sit down in the bath with your clothes on, and you're kind of just incapacitated for probably about an hour. Let's say an hour. As you try and calm down, Henri sees you kind of freak out a little bit, and he says something chittery to the cats, and the savannas all run after you.
And what exactly would saying something chittery sound like?
Look at the video I posted in the Discord.
That takes too long. I don't have a good imagination. I need a verbal demonstration.
That's basically what you hear. And the Savannah cats all race after Brandon. And when you're in the tub, they just kind of just lay on you to try and calm you down. So there's one around your shoulder, one laying in your lap, wrapped up around your shoulder. One is laying on the other shoulder, looking down over you. Its legs draped over you. They're just trying to calm you down. You sit soaking wet in the bathhouse.
Interesting.
Yeah, but you're incapped for about an hour. Sorry. Carl, you make it to Fred's compartment. The sandalwood chest is open. You look down inside. Give me a medicine or first aid roll.
I'd also like to examine the chest, if possible.
Sure.
No, you said medicine or first aid again. Boo. Hey.
Wow.
Nice. We are rolling really well today. I'm terrified for next session.
Yeah, you guys both did a.
Roll as well.
Carl, did you want to roll as well?
Yes, I will.
It was your idea.
Let me find this. Where is it?
First aid's middle column. Second step.
Yes. Nope.
All right. Nope. All right. And if you want to try medicine, it's down in the bottom of the center.
Sure, I'll try medicine too.
Try it.
I will,
I'm
just
good at
because
medicine.
it's funny.
You're spot on for the medicine checks. So you guys get to the chest and you look inside, and it's obvious there's just not enough blood on the robe inside. There's a robe on top and there's blankets underneath. There's towels underneath. There's not enough blood in the chest itself to justify the dead body of Blackjack. So it's pretty clear that the body was put here on after he was killed. Go ahead and give me a spot hidden check.
Ho ho!
Oh.
What?
There we go, David.
Dream
Our
success.
savior.
David Moore. He's killing it tonight.
He's typical for my D&D roles.
Let's see. Spot it.
Brandon, sure, you're in the bathhouse, Brandon, but you spot that you're in a very calm place now, and you're feeling much better about yourself. To points where you're not as shook as you once were. You realize you're sitting in your clothes in the bathhouse, and you're feeling. You notice the cats. The cats are extremely comforting to you, and that's been helpful for your recovery. So after about another 10 minutes, you can feel like you can actually leave the area. David, you're looking around the room, and you're looking around the room of Fred, and you notice you look out. You notice the window is open. You can open the window. It's really odd. You can open the window. There are no doors. You can open the windows. And as you look out the window with that extreme success, you notice that some claw marks that match the dead body of Blackjack on the outside of your window. And as you look down the train, you see similar claw marks outside the window of the older woman and outside the window of the golden-skinned man.
How far about is he able to track the claw marks?
Just until the end of your compartment. All right, end of your train car. So
Would you say it is between like here and there? Just like out of curiosity for
well, I'm assuming Fred is next to Carl's room. So Carl, it's Fred, Carl, then the old woman, and then the goldskin men, and then that's the end of the train. So
40 feet,
what?
like 30, 40 feet.
Like 30, 40 feet, yeah.
Mr. Moore will whisper this over to Mr. Everett. It's kind of been investigating it together.
Okay. All right. What would you guys like to do now?
I want to see if I can't rearrange a interrogation for Mr. Suspicious.
Who's Mr. Suspicious?
That one guy who had the bloody hand or whatever, or assumedly bloody hand. I don't buy
Oh.
that anymore.
I didn't even put two and two together.
You want
He
to show
probably got
character?
all cut up trying to murder our precious blackjack. Let's go get him.
All right. Okay, you can do that. You have Henri with you, and you have like an entourage of 5 cats. It looks like these are the leader cats of the group of cats on board. So you've got one of the Savannahs, a spotted like Bengal cat with tan and black spots on it. You've got the tabby mother from before. You've got Blackjack's mom, which is the black and orange spotted cat, and then you've got a like a gray tabby with you as well. So you got an entourage of cats that are with you right now. You can easily make your way to Karakov's compartment. He's in sleeping compartment 1, and you knock on the door, and he opens up. Henri, Henri, how can I help you? You can see the bandaged hand.
You can help us by unbandaging your hand and letting me see it.
You want to see my hand? Why is that?
Because there has been a murder, and it was assumedly happening around the time that you ran down the hall with the bloody bandage.
Well, I cut myself at the lunch.
Yeah, with those butter knives, no. And then he's gonna try to like, Fred's a big dude. He's gonna try to like, I guess.
Look. Okay. Fine. I will come clean. All right. I was in the lunch cart, and he goes to his divan. There's a divan in his room, and underneath it you can see a small case. And he pulls the small case out, and he opens it up. And inside's a cutlass. And he pulls out the cutlass, and he's like, "What happened was I heard I don't know where I heard it from, but I heard a noise in the dining cart, and it frightened me. And I reached for my cutlass underneath my coat, and instead of grabbing the handle, I grabbed the sword, and I cut myself."
That is the stupidest explanation. It
It is stupid. It is stupid. I agree with that statement, but I cut my hand.
can
Well, what did you hear?
Yeah. Can I try to do a test to see if he's lying?
yeah,
Is he
exactly.
truthful?
Is there any
Get an
indication that
idea.
he's being dishonest?
You can give me a psychology check.
I
Can it be
can't
psychoanalysis?
spot hidden to see if he's trying to conceal anything from me. You know?
No.
Are you sure?
Can it be psychoanalysis?
Yeah, I can go psychoanalysis.
Oh
instead.
my god. Oh my god. Oh, hey, Carl got it. Cool. I was gonna burn more luck.
All right, Carl, you have an extreme success on this. He, you could tell when you were talking to him before, he was quite nervous, and afraid of something. But when he tells you the story about the grabbing the cutlass blade, you do not interpret any sort of deception. There's no deception in what he's saying. He is very much coming clean. He's like, here's the cutlass, and he puts the cutlass down on the ground, and the cats swarm it.
So why exactly were you so afraid
Wait,
when we talk.
wait.
first.
The cats swarm the cutlass?
Yes. And then they sniff it. One of them licks the blade, and then they do a little bit of their chittering noise that I'm not going to imitate again. And
But I forgot what it sounds like.
I'm sorry. I feel bad for you. I do.
Clip it.
You clip it from so they chirp back and forth and then meow a little bit, and then Henri looks at him quizzically and says something back, and then they have a conversation for another 30 seconds, and it's like, well, this is curious. There is blood on the cutlass. It is not of a cat's blood, though. That is 100% not a cat's blood on that blade. So, and it doesn't look like the wound would have been created by, or at least there's no indication that the blood is created from this device.
So what was he afraid of?
Wait.
Or what were you afraid of, though?
He said it was in the dining car.
There's a
Okay.
noise. I heard a noise. It sounded like cannon fire, but no one else heard
Cannon
it.
fire?
I don't know. So I grabbed my cutlass, I got my hand, and I ran back here. It's stupid.
Was it after those other people came on board?
I am going to grab the cutlass. I think I'm going to confiscate this. Delusional people shouldn't be waving around bladed weaponry in their
Henri
sickness.
takes
You
it,
realize
and Henri comes to you and is like, that is a very good point. And for now, Monsieur Karnikov, I will confiscate this, as I am the one whose train this is. And he takes the cutlass from you and he puts it off into his coat.
Yes, very good. Lock that up somewhere safe.
Carl,
All right.
did you have something?
Oh no, I was gonna say, looking at Everyman, you do realize you're calling someone delusional, but you're in a place called the Dreamland with a bunch of cats sniffing a cutlass.
Yes,
and
but
speaking
I
like themselves, right?
understand that none of this is real and can still behave logically. So therefore, I am the best candidate to try and make decisions that would be most safe for our group.
Everyman, it's interesting because the people that are truly insane deny their insanity.
Thanks for the psychology.
You can say
I'm
whatever
gonna go
you'd like,
back.
friend, but I know that you are quite out of your mind right now, so nothing you say actually matters.
Ms. Rose, do we have any other additional questions from Mr. Karakov? I think he's being very forthcoming with us.
Yeah.
To the dining car!
Can you take us to where you heard the noise and the direction you heard the noise from?
You mean the dining car?
It was in the dining car. I don't know the exact. I was eating food. I grabbed my sword and
This is why I make the decisions, okay? I'm the only one that is not drunk. I heard the important information. We should go to the dining car!
Moore is going to go to his room and check his footlocker to make sure there's nothing.
Yeah, you can go into your footlocker. It looks like there's just a robe. It is aligned the same way that the one in Fred's room is. There's a robe on top with some towels underneath, and some on the side. There's some turbans of multicolors inside. Nothing. No dead bodies.
Quietly close it, breathe a sigh of relief, and go rejoin the group.
Okay. Do we want to
Be right
speak
back.
with anyone else in this area before we go to the dining car? Or do we? I'm unsure.
To the dining car!
Was Fred told about the claw marks on the outside of the train?
The only person that was informed of that was Mr. Freeman so far.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Great.
Mr. Moore was quiet. Well, Mr. Moore was quiet about it because he seems to be suspicious around Henri.
At this point,
Okay.
Brandon rejoins you. He is damp, but he is trailed by two Savannas that are just making sure that he's stable.
Before we go to the dining cart, let's gather in a room real fast and let's have a chat. I think Mr. Crum's room is the best place for that.
All right.
Okay, you go into a place to have a chat. Henri is there with the 5 cats.
Did he?
Yes, he's
Um,
very interested in getting this solved. He needs this murder solved.
So Mr. Moore is gonna kind of look around, see Omri, and kind of wince, and then he's gonna point out the trail that he saw to the as far as the track with the claw
Okay.
mark.
Oh,
Yeah,
he
I'll
looks
look.
like- that's curious. So something was climbing on the outside of the train, and of course he would know. There must be somebody who's been on the train before, as they would know anything they throw off the train will come back, will be brought back to me personally. So they knew to hide the body as opposed to try and disposing. That's curious. Well, we could go speak with Madame Broja if we wish. She's the next one down, next to Monsieur Muller's room. We could speak with her, or Mr. Merriman. He's next to her.
All right.
They're the
Yeah.
two ones down further on this train.
Yeah, let's go do that. But I
On the other sleeping carts as well, we could speak with Mr. Mackenzie or Mademoiselle Zuzal.
all right. We should go look at the dining card also and see what that was as well.
Okay. Where would you guys like to go? You want to speak with people? Or you want to go to the dining car? Or you want to
Let's
do
go
both?
to the dining cart
You can
first.
do both.
I'm hungry. Let's go to dining card.
Okay. You guys get to the dining cart. It is cleaned up. The mess that was from before that got Fred all messed up is gone. The tables are set for the banquet that's going to happen later that day. You can hear invisible people working away at the kitchen, getting the meal ready for the night.
Cats appear to be following us or following like us specifically or Omri specifically.
The cats are following you. The cats are following you. Henri is with you. The cats are specifically following you. Yes. Because they want a solution, and you guys seem to be the best option for a solution.
I will investigate. So he said that there was like a cannon fire or whatever. I guess I'll kind of look at the cats and be like, I hope you understand me, but I guess sniff around for something that might smell strong like gunpowder or something, and then
They
Fred will
scatter,
look around.
as do the Savannahs that are with Brandon. They scatter and check the room. And then they,
Look for more claw marks just everywhere, pretty much.
everyone give me a spot hidden check. Here we go. Hey, Fred.
That's a good time to come back. I'm pretty mediocre at though. Ah!
Do the spot hidden. Oh, by 2.
Two. Yeah.
Fine.
Okay. Anyone else? Brandon, you want to roll? Oh, you did roll. Never mind. Who didn't roll? Everyone rolled. Cool. We got rolls. All right. You guys thoroughly check the room. You have some hard successes in there. You have some, and you have cats helping you. So you thoroughly check the room. The cats do not smell anything that smells of gunpowder or any black powder residue throughout the room. They do a pretty good investigation. The rest of you looking for claw marks or anything of that nature. Nothing. There's nothing. There's no smell of a gunpowder in the room. There's no claw marks anywhere on the inside or outside of the train of this cart. It seems like this is just a spotless dining area for the passengers of the train.
Okay. I guess on to talking to people. If we
Let's
can't
go
find
talk
anything
to the
here.
golden boy. The claw marks went outside his room, right?
Yes, Mr. Merrimander.
Sure.
Yeah. His name is weird. Okay. So you guys go to his compartments. Henri, once again, being the conductor, knocks on the door. Excuse me, sir, monsieur. We've had an issue, and these gentlemen would wish to ask you questions. Everyone, who's going to go in?
Everyone?
obviously me.
Yeah, we'll go with Fred.
Everyone.
Let's all
No.
go.
Everyone goes in. Give me a spot hidden check.
Yeah.
Another
Okay.
one.
Spot. Bam. Oh no.
I mean, Fred really wants to find his
I know.
murderer.
You
It's
have,
just-
you walk in and you notice as you get in there, you see a rumpled rug as if it's been pulled back and then replaced. It looks like this guy is standing on the rug to kind of augment the ability to see. The rug has been moved.
Suspicious.
If you could just take a seat over there, Mr.
I suppose I can. I mean, is there something I can help you with? Is there something amiss, Henri? Yes, it appears that one of the guys on board, the blackjack, then he's been killed. Oh my word, that's disturbing to say the least. I can't believe that. Who would do such a thing?
Fred is gonna turn around and look at one of the cats, and then look at the rug, and then turn back around,
Okay.
and making sure that he got like eye contact with one of the cats and stuff.
And it looks down at the spot in the rug, and it just kind of looks at you.
Yeah. Like it's a suspicious rug.
Okay.
Yours.
So he's still standing there. He's. What would you What would? Oh, I can answer whatever you'd like.
You can take a seat over there and answer my questions, bub.
Take a seat.
Yes, take a seat over there on that chair, and he'll point to a
I'm
corner
so
chair.
disturbed. I don't know that I could sit in a time like this.
No, you need to sit down. I have a few questions for you.
Well, I suppose I can. And he takes a seat on his divan.
Is that on the rug or is that on a chair?
It's
Or like,
a divan is like a
Couch.
love seat, but it's missing half of the back and side.
oh, okay, it's one of those fancy couches. Okay,
Yeah,
cool. Okay. All right.
So he's sitting on that. He's not leaning back into it. He's just sitting upright. He's a very beautiful man, golden skin, but there's no irises in his eyes.
All right, mister.
What is it you wish to ask him?
So earlier, did you hear any loud bangs?
Loud bangs. No, I'm afraid not. I'm terribly sorry.
All right. Have you heard any strange animals that could leave any claw marks?
Strange animals. No, I don't believe so. I had lunch earlier with Mac, but no, strange. That's bizarre. Hmm.
Are you quite sure about your answer?
Quite sure. Yes.
I'm watching to see if I can get the impression that he's lying.
Psychology check.
Doing a lot of that today.
Nope.
Ha ha! Oh my god. All my rolls are so close. 3 more luck. We're going in.
You know what? I'm gonna use 6 luck to pass.
No, shut up. I already burned mine. Don't you negate my sacrifice.
Don't worry about it, Carl.
Successful rolls.
Because now I pass the psychology roll. I get to try to improve it.
Yeah, that's exactly why I was doing it as well.
So that's good. That's good. This is awesome. So Brandon succeeds, and so does John. John, with your success, you feel like everything he's saying makes him seem innocent. Brandon, with your success, you seem like everything he's saying makes him look like he's guilty.
What?
Oh,
How does that
All
work?
right.
you know,
Then-
I think he's guilty.
All right. Well, then how do you explain the freaking claw marks on the outside of your cart?
What?
Oh, there are claw marks outside my compartment. That's
Yes.
bizarre. And he opens the window and he looks around. And, oh, that's weird. And they're by the
How
madam's
do we both pass the
madam's
check?
compartment as well. That's weird. And they go all the way up to your to it looks like your compartment
And get different results. I don't
will
get
it?
it.
Yeah. Yes, unfortunately they do.
And well, that's bizarre.
That doesn't make any sense to me.
I don't know.
Are we able to get by the window to look out and see if we can find more claw marks?
Sure. Yeah, you can look out his window and you see the claw marks that you saw earlier.
Do I see any other ones going a different direction, or does it look like the quote-unquote origin point?
It just looks like they're on this card. You can now see back on the back card. I don't even bother with spotted. You know what they look like, and you look back on the sleep card 1, and you don't see any claw marks on it at all.
Do I see like a quote-unquote start and end point for them?
You can't really tell. You just see on the outside of the train of this specific train car.
All right.
Well, I don't know what else I can do for you.
So what were you doing earlier?
What was I doing earlier? Well, I was having a nap, and then the gong sounded, and I headed to the banquet hall and had lunch with Mac. I saw you guys enter.
Mm-hmm. A nap.
Yes, a nap.
All right. There, pretty boy. I don't quite believe you, but I guess I'll ask around a little bit more. And then he's going to walk towards the rug and then just kind of flip it over with his foot.
Okay. You lift the rug, and it reveals the jelly-like hide of the train cart, because you're in a tentacled beast, and it looks like it's been cleaned recently. Give me a spot hidden check.
Okay.
Fred is on a rampage right now.
My eyes are open.
You see a red spot.
I see a what?
You see a red spot.
So, Mr. Golden Boy, why is there a red spot underneath this rug?
Oh my goodness! I cut myself shaving earlier today. Before I went and took my nap, and I just the cuts went onto the ground. I didn't want to disturb Henri, so I cleaned it up and put that rug over it so I wouldn't have to think about it.
We see any cuts on his
Can I-
face to corroborate that?
I'm sorry, what?
Cuts anywhere on his face, like to corroborate that?
Yeah.
Let's see, what would be a good roll?
Spot hidden?
Sure.
Can I do another spot hidden check? Oh,
Critical success by David there. Critical success by David. David, you're looking at his face, and there, it is a glamorous face, and you can bet somebody with such a beautiful face would never nick themselves shaving. And you can see there are no nicks anywhere on his face. It doesn't even look like, the follicles even have hair in them, if that means anything. It's like like he can even grow a beard to shave off.
Self-shaving, huh?
Yes, that's what I did. In fact,
Point to where the cut is, because
I'm one of those races. I'm not necessarily human, as you would put it. You seem to be here from. I am from one of the cities here
either
in the realm, and we heal quickly. So the cut, you won't be able to see the cut on my face because it's weird. After we sleep, the cuts. Yeah, that's why I took the nap. I didn't want to.
So how about we test this by letting my friend make a nice cut on your arm? You have a little naps here, and let's see how quick that heals.
If you want to see it work in action, I can let that happen. While you guys are talking about this, the cats come up and sniff the blood, sniff the little red dot, and then they get really excited. And
Not excited?
yeah, there's some spitting, some very aggressive sounds coming from the cats.
Oh, as soon as that happened, I know that hit. David's going to step back.
Looks at Moroniman and is like, well, Moroniman, it looks like that's not your blood, my friend. That is from the... So do you want to explain to us how there's cat blood on your floor?
It's fine. He cut himself shaving.
Oh, is it Blackjack? 'Cause is that what the cat's confirmed?
They confirmed that it is cat blood.
Oh.
So, unless you are a cat in disguise, there better be a really good reason for those spot that you mentioned being your blood is not your blood.
Maybe it's different because he's not human, and when he cut himself shaving, he just bleeds cat blood. Because that's totally just as normal as the story he fed us.
He's clearly insane. He must have been eating the wares from this train. He's quite
Henri-
delusional.
We call those people liars.
Henri snaps his fingers, and the tendrils from outside the cart come in and are spraying Merriman.
Oh,
It's a
Fred.
my friend. You killed my compatriots. Justice deserves justice. I should cast him from this train.
what? Time out. I thought you said in this particular delusion, anything cast from the train will return here.
I control the train, my friend. I can cast something so that it does not return.
Ah,
Before you do so, I think it is a good idea to ask, why exactly did you kill him?
He looks at you and he's I he really wants to tell you. It seems like something he wants to tell you.
And why put him in my freaking box? And then Fred slaps him.
listen, friend. I think that if there is some motive that was behind this, it would be in your best interest to just come clean. Just
I
unburden yourself with the truth.
I am this is not this is not my true form. I can transform between my true form and this humanoid body when need be. I killed the kitten. I was so he's trying to say something, but it doesn't seem like his mouth. I was mesmerized. Her enemy, and then he collapses to the ground in agony.
Mesmerize what?
Enemy?
He doesn't seem responsive. He's racked with pain right now. You can see his body morphing in certain ways. You can see his arm changing into a large crustacean like claw that has
Awesome.
three prongs on one side. As his other hand stays the same. He's writhing with pain, and it's rolling through his body. You can see his true form, and it shifts back to his golden form. His true form and shifts back again.
Do you think is as crazy as this sounds, I don't know what's crazy and not crazy anymore. Do you think that he has something stopping him from telling it and it's somebody else?
I do believe that he was simply a tool in this.
Well, it's a tool we should cast out.
Well, if he was a tool, it's better to investigate the tool, as we can probably find something of who used the tool on it before
Try
we throw it away.
a persuasion roll.
Okay.
Don't toss out a gun when somebody shoots somebody else.
Persuasion, I'm not good at it. Nope.
Personally, I think that we should cast him from the train. Expel him, and then this delusion will be over with, as we would have solved the crime. Then we can all
No.
wake up back in the real world and
No, my friend.
try to
But,
continue discerning what is the cause of these strange hallucinations.
I just facepalm for a moment.
Fred is gonna, like, while he's writhing on the ground in pain, Fred is gonna grab the back of his head and look at him and be like, "Who do you work for?" You know, try to desperately get it out of him.
This is where he snaps you with his crustacean claw, and there's 2 dead investigators.
We did see him with that woman earlier. Maybe we should ask her.
Can I try to knock him out?
You can if you want. He's not resisting. He's,
Okay, yeah, I'll just try to knock him out, like knock him unconscious. That way he's like not in this state.
Isn't Fred a cop?
He is.
I didn't
and
know
so
you
he would
worked for the
know-
LAPD.
So we would know.
In fact, David, did you try and convince him not to throw him from the train?
Oh, I mean, he was kind of making half-assed, yeah.
No, don't.
Failed.
At 2 points of luck.
You were able to beseech Henri. He's like, perhaps you're right. We can torture him for information later. And you hear him snap his fingers once again. You see Henri's body. You have knocked unconscious at this point, melding into the train and disappearing. He's in the bag of tricks. He will be quite secure at that. The creature will not let him go.
So, Henri, do you know anything about the woman that he was dining with earlier?
The woman he was dining with earlier. You speak of Madame Rouja?
I don't know anything about her, so it's entirely possible.
We could go speak with her. Her compartment is right next door. She probably
Oh,
knows about the
boarded
information.
together?
What?
Do we know if they boarded together?
They did not. He got on in the. She got on board with you and Othar. He got on in Delanlin.
Oh,
Did he board with anybody else?
No, he came on by himself. You were there with me when he boarded, Mr. Crumb. He got on by himself before the Sotharians got on board and the beings of Ib. You remember that they came on board and it was quite smelly.
I remember. Don't worry.
may not hurt to speak with her or anyone else that we knew he spoke to.
Sure, we can go speak with Madame Rouja. She's right next door. She probably is worried again about the sounds that came from here. At this point, the cats are gone.
Oh.
All of them have left. You can imagine they probably are all now back in their own car.
Okay. Well, yeah, let's go talk to the lady.
You go just next door.
Acid, totally
to the
made.
next
Thank you for the reset for the 6 months.
She went,
Thank you
yes,
very much for
unlimited.
the
How
support.
can I
Appreciate
help
that
you,
very
sister?
much. How you doing today?
She's quite, quite a strict look. An old Elizabethan dress, the high collar all the way around the neck, hair pulled up into a tight braid, dark hair, brown eyes, powdered face, a bright red lipstick, painted on eyebrows. How can I help you, Sir Henri? And
Glad
your
to hear it, man.
friends
Glad to
here.
hear.
Does she seem nervous?
No.
Sounds nervous.
Oh, okay.
Kind of look at the group and be like, "Do you think they'd know anything about that statue on here?"
I did ask earlier, but now is hardly the time to ask about that. Miss Lady,
Madam
there.
Blue,
Yes, madam. There was a. Won't you invite us in so that way we may talk?
she kind of gives you a brief, look of disdain, but it's like, very well, come in. And as you walk in, you see she grabs something off the table, and holds it very closely to her chest. It looks like it's the valise that you saw her with when she got on board.
The what? I'm sorry.
The valise, it's like a small urn, I believe.
Okay. Okay.
So
So
it's fish in shape. It's like it's a small traveling bag. Like a very like a tiny purse. It's got
Okay.
an interesting shape to it, and it's like a darker shade of red.
Okay. So earlier there was an unfortunate incident, and
Oh, was there?
yes, there was, and
Wait, no.
we're going around and asking about it. What were you doing earlier?
What was I doing earlier? Well, I was in the ladies' parlor, and I spent my morning there. And when the lunch gong rang, I came into the lunchroom, the banquet hall, and I had a wonderful meal with Suzanne.
Uh-huh. Okay. Um, and so have you heard any loud bangs or anything like that, or loud noises?
Noises. No, I'm afraid not. We were having quite a wonderful conversation at lunch, and over the morning, I just worked on my sewing,
Who
my
is
patterns.
who is we?
Me and Susa. She got on the train recently, and we had a wonderful lunch.
Well, there are some claw marks right outside of your window.
Oh, that's frightening.
Yes, it is frightening. Especially considering that there is uh we had suffered a loss just earlier, and it
Uh,
puts you as suspicious.
a loss.
Yes.
What loss?
One of the cats on board.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
Which one?
Yeah. So,
Which cat? Which one?
mm,
Blackjack.
Oh,
yeah.
oh dear.
Wait.
He was so
You've been so distraught about that stupid cat you can remember their name. For shame.
No. I
Yeah.
was debating on telling her.
Oh.
No, I know
Question.
exactly what blackjack is.
Does she seem really surprised about this, or does she seem like
psychology.
I
psychoanalysis?
Psychology.
oof.
Nope.
Oof.
Totally
Oh,
sad.
there
Brandon!
we go. Brandon for the saving.
Brandon comes through. Brandon, according to you, the rest of you can't really get a bead one way or the other. Brandon, she seems, she's a very restricted in type, but she's very strict looking person. You know the type of like a school marm type. You know from school when you were going through. Very strict, very to the point. You can tell from your analysis of her, she is she's doing a very good job of holding together her sadness over the loss of Blackjack, and she is you can tell she is surprised and distraught.
I'll kind of like when I get a chance, like whisper to my allies, like, I think she's really distressed over the loss of Blackjack.
Wow.
Okay. Okay.
Well, it could only be the enemy, my enemy. That I mean, he's after me.
Who is the enemy?
Oh, here we go. Classic paranoia. Yes, who is out to get you, man?
He can never come on board. But he may have sent an emissary. I mean, it makes sense. The claw marks. No doubt.
You know what? What about that weird fella earlier, Henri? You remember that weird fella from the from the train station? I remember you talking to him saying how he can't get
Great.
on board.
Um, he he doesn't seem the type. Um, and she's like, I don't know. I don't know of such madman.
Hmm. Because earlier that golden boy, he seemed to be under some sort of, I guess, I don't want to say spell or geyser or anything like that, but it sounded like he wasn't able to tell us. But he had the cat's blood in his room.
Oh,
And
but that
so,
must be the killer.
well, we have him detained, Miss and Madam, excuse me, Madam.
Yes.
And we have him under control. However, I think he was trying to tell us who was behind it, but I don't know.
Give me a persuasion roll.
Oh, gracious. Oh,
Well, that's unfortunate. But it seems like you have your man. He was in the compartment next to me. How frightening.
how frightening
Thank you for
indeed.
taking care of this issue. I'm sure my enemy sent other emissaries, but you've taken care of this one. I appreciate it.
So what's in your in that little bag there that you hold so dear and close?
This is for me to know and you not to. This is, I don't want any other man lusting after what's inside, and so I will not be sharing that with you right now.
Uh-huh.
Henri, do you
He
not think
is-
this is suspicious?
Well, each person has their own um, I dream artifact that they wish to cast into the node, and that must be hers. I cannot fault her for not wanting to share it with you. Those dream artifacts are very private. The Gulf of Nodens will be where she wishes to dispose of it at this time. So I can't imagine forcing her to show you her
Well,
What if
dreaming.
it connects her to the murder of Blackjack?
Well, we've determined who the killer was. We have, quantity. So
well,
sure.
I will agree with you, madam, that showing to us something that is understandable. However, and then I point to the conductor, to the person of us, basically. Um, he is well controlling the train and someone that represents this place in a way. He is the authority, you can almost say, of this train. And there has been a murder in this place. I highly doubt that he would want anything with your artifact if you simply showed it to him. You don't need to show it to us. Simply show it to the authority so that we can guarantee that you had nothing to do with death. And I understand it may be offensive of me insinuating that you had something, but also understand that I don't even take myself out of the picture.
Give me a
As
persuasion with a bonus die.
wonderful.
I think so.
Can it be a charm?
Yeah, go charm. Why not? We'll do a charm instead of persuasion.
Extreme success.
Extreme success. But you see her visibly, start to relax a little bit. She's a little more comfortable talking with you and Henri. And if you will get the rest of your party to go outside, I will show you and Henri only.
I nod and I turn to the party. You heard it alone.
Yeah, all honor your privacy, and Mr. Moore will step out.
Okay. Does everyone else step out?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Time to roll 15 sanity rolls though.
She once the room is closed or once the door is closed, she puts down the blind to make sure no one can see inside. She opens the valise and it's empty. She's like, I just did this all for my daughter. She married that horrible man, way too much older than her. When he caught her in bed with her lover, he did horrible things to them, and I just needed justice. Justice for my child.
I am very sorry for your loss.
But my artifact is somewhere hidden on the train. It is safe. I hold this as a sort of a distraction to prevent people from my enemy, from my daughter's former husband, from getting to the actual artifact, as it were. He did just horrible things to her and her lover. ripping out their hearts the way he did, and I want him to suffer forever, so I can't give away my artifact or give information, because you could be interrogated for the information. I would hate for something like that to fall upon you.
Yes, no, of course, and it is completely understandable your situation. I thank you a lot for your honesty.
Do you have any question of her any further? Any
Um,
familiar to any story you heard earlier tonight?
what's the name of the guy that we decided was a murderer?
His name is
Minathan.
Marinin Murr. I'll put it in there.
MM.
Marin and Murr.
You know Marin, correct? Yes.
Yeah.
Did you see him talking to anyone specifically?
Just with Mac and just with the other people. I know that my enemy is not on the train. He can't get on. He can't get on the train because he's already thrown his artifact into the Gulf of Nodens. Once you do that, you can't get back on the train. So he's barred from re-entry. So I know that I don't have to worry about him being on it, but he can still send agents. He is quite the bewitcher. He can control people from great distance.
Is that so?
Yes, he's a wizard of sorts.
Hmm.
I told my daughter not to get involved with him, but she was under the impression she could control him or make him not see the lover she takes.
Do you know if there's any way to identify such controlling? Perhaps a mark on the person.
I'm not one of witchcraft, so I do not know.
I understand.
But it does sound like the way you're speaking that this man, this Marinim, is bewitched by this my enemy.
Very well. Thank you very much for your cooperation.
What town does your enemy live in?
He doesn't. He just travels throughout all of the Dreamland. He doesn't have a specific location he lives in.
Okay, what was his name again?
My enemy.
Oh, it's just your enemy. Or my enemy.
Well, it looks like we've cracked the case.
Yes.
Mironim was under the influence of my enemy, but not mine.
Not so fast. It's a possibility. It's not a certainty.
Okay. Well, you guys think you have it. Well, Henri thinks you have the right person, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, fair enough.
You guys are.
What are you talking about?
It's getting to the point where you feel like you're doing good, so you're gonna go and. Henri's like, you can rest for the rest of the evening. The banquet will commence this evening as normal, but maybe rest in your compartments for the until that time, or go around the train if you need be, and we will sound the gong when it's time for the banquet. Although I don't know much merriment will happen. And with that, we will stop for the evening.
Okay. On a side note, I would want to. I know Fred would want to grieve with Blackjack's mom.
We can address that when we start the next session.
Maybe.
You succeed in finding the murderer, so you do gain back sanity.
Yay! How many?
You gain 2 sanity points. Last.
Does that increase your maximum? Because I've never lost any.
Are you?
And then 2 more. You gain 4.
As I was when I started today.
You gain 4 total. The maximum is actually 99. It is not. You just have a starting point. when you start the game, but your actual maximum is 99 for all
Ooh.
per your sanity.
There you go.
And I passed all the things I wanted to fail.
All right. Well, thank you guys for coming hanging out. Appreciate you being here. Hopefully you had fun, and I will see you next time.